Hi, Wes Lee, and welcome to the Mesonet Weather Report. Wheat is Oklahoma's largest crop. After a slow start due to dry soils, it has turned around and is looking pretty good in most of the state. Wheat tends to grow anytime the days are above 40 degrees. We have two tools at Mesonet related to monitoring this in wheat. The first is the Wheat Degree Growing Days. It gives us an idea of wheat development over time. This chart shows the degree days at three locations, Tipton, Watonga, and Cherokee, for the past 5 years. It assumes a planting date of October 1 and goes through January 19th. You can see that the last stack of bars for this year shows we are further along than the last 2 years, but are about 300 degree days behind 2017. The other Mesonet tool is Wheat Growth Days. This is simply a count of the number of days since planting that the temperature climbed above 40 degrees. It is a number that is needed for producers utilizing an N-rich strip and an NDVI reader commonly referred to as green seeker. Here we see there is not a lot of difference between the years. We are currently between 70 and 90 days. The Green Seeker tool works best at between 97 and 112 days, likely in a couple more weeks. Now here's Gary with an outlook for the rest of the month.
Thanks, Wes, and good morning, everyone. Well, we haven't seen much in the way of rainfall, but we haven't really seen a lot of changes in the Drought Monitor either. So I thought we would take a look at the overall drought picture across the entire United States. Let's get right to that. When we look at the National Drought Monitor map, the first thing that comes through is that the desert Southwest is under really bad drought conditions, and not just out there in Arizona and Utah and Nevada, but all the way over into Colorado and New Mexico too, bleeding over into the far western Oklahoma Panhandle and of course out into the Texas Panhandle. And then we have some serious drought conditions in the upper Midwest region, up in Illinois, Indiana, but then also up in the northern plains, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska. So a lot of drought, but mostly across the eastern half of the United States, and in fact across really the western United States. So not much going on across the eastern half of the United States. If we go back through the last 90 days, we do still see deficits in key areas. South central Oklahoma has deficits from 2 to 4 inches, and we see those deficits in far southwest Oklahoma in Harmon County of 1.3 inches. We're still seeing warm and dry conditions in store for the southern plains as we get into the end of the month, into early February. We see increased odds of above normal temperatures and increased odds of below normal precipitation for really the entire state, but especially the western half of the state. So that would certainly not be good for any continuing drought conditions and any chances of erasing those drought conditions. But of course, spring is a crazy time in Oklahoma, and we can certainly get a lot of precipitation that wasn't expected. So that outlook does not necessarily mean that we're going to see that drought develop. We can certainly hope that we get some precipitation and alleviate some drought in the next couple of months at least. That's it for this time. We'll see you next time on the Mesonet Weather Report.